Afternoon everyone, Melanie here. Hope you're all doing well. I made this video to talk about how some of us are attracted to highly narcissistic individuals. Why does this keep happening? Why am I forever attracted to highly narcissistic individuals, those who are actually quite damaging and we shouldn't be around? Why does this keep happening? These are topics that keep coming up, and I want to share my thoughts. These are just my thoughts. I'm really keen to hear about what you guys think about this, so please leave comments below. I'd like to start with the story of Narcissus itself. This whole thing was coined by the story of Narcissus, and in the story this young boy is born and the mother is warned. Can't remember which god or goddess warned. Anyway, the mum, she was told that don't ever let your kid look at his reflection. And as such, this boy, when he was growing up, he never looked at his own reflection, and he'd walk down the street, wherever it is they were walking, and people would just be fawning at him and collapsing and adoring him and just acting as if he was this, like, Brad Pitt or some other celebrity. People were just fussing over him. So there's this aspect of just, for me, when I read about this, symbolically, it's the divine, isn't it? It's the halo effect someone has. It's wanting to merge with the beloved. It's seeing the face of God. And sometimes we see this in individuals, and a lot of the time it's an individual who perhaps is a bit of a scam artist, perhaps is a highly narcissistic individual, or maybe it's not. But the point being is that there's something that happens within us, that we see someone and we project our own inner gold. This isn't a concept I've come up with. This is based on Robert Johnson, and he has a book about inner gold. I shall leave the details below in the comments. And yeah, this is a psychological process that happens. It's called projection. And what we do is the parts of ourselves that we put onto other people. So our inner gold is that latent potential within us. That's the goal to be all that we can be. It's our power, it's our light, it's our gold. And for whatever reason, we put it onto someone else. It tends to be the people with low levels of self-esteem, codependent types, the types who always be pleasing and looking after and helping others. These tend to be the people that are projecting their own inner gold onto others. So there are people who seemingly are standing in their light, and we haven't done this for ourselves, and so we project our own powerful version of ourselves, that aspect of us which is powerful. We project it onto that person who seemingly is embodying this trait. Basically, psychological projections are seeing both the positive and the negative traits of ourselves, but we're seeing it on someone else before realizing that they are our own. These are our own traits, but initially we don't see them as our own. We see them on someone else. We see someone seemingly stepping into their light and shining and being powerful, and they're top in their game, but not all that glitters is gold. Not everyone who is seemingly standing in their light and being powerful and confident and saying all that they can be are not necessarily the real deal. So I'm talking about projections because many of us, especially if we've experienced trauma, have learnt to displace or project or hide or whatever it is. We've disowned that powerful aspect of ourselves because we were told in the past that it was not safe to do so. Yes, we're still living out what happened in the past. We were told it wasn't safe to do so. So as adults now, even though the environment has changed, we're surrounded by different people, there's still this voice that's telling us to not step into our light, that maybe we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough to do so. And then we find someone who embodies the aspects that we want to actually embody, but we find them, project our gold onto them, we put our inner power onto them, and we see them as embodying everything that we want to be. And the flip side of that is that you realize they're human and they're not acting the idealized version that you want them to be, and whatever is put up on a pedestal usually comes crashing down, and then we experience a lot of hate and resentment and bitterness towards this person. I talk about projecting our inner gold because this is what a lot of us are doing. We're not embracing the powerful versions of ourselves. Instead, we're too scared to step into our power, into our light, because we've been told in the past that we weren't good enough or it wasn't safe for us to shine. Life can condition us to go within and to protect ourselves by not stepping into our light. And as such, we will still want to be whole. The psyche longs to be whole. This is what I studied in counseling. It's called psychosynthesis. Psyche meaning soul, not mind. It's a Greek word for soul. And actually, in this respect, mind and soul considered the same thing. And it's synthesis, the soul, the mind, it longs to be whole again. So there will come a point where situations will happen which is an opportunity for us to take back our projections. When people come off the pedestal, when we project amazing savior and then they do something, regardless of whether they're like a narcissist or just anyone that you've projected your inner gold onto, when they don't live up to your expectations and they come crashing down, then is an opportunity for you to realize they are human. You can embody this. Stop letting yourself be used by people. If you want to stop yourself being used, there's going to have to be a point where you step into your power and stop displacing it and stop projecting it onto others, to learn that actually the environment's safe for you to shine now. And it is important for you, for every single one of us, to be stepping into our light and authentically stepping into our light. We have to allow all of us to shine. And when we're doing that, we're not actually acting as a supply source for highly narcissistic people anymore. We are our own supply source. We're cutting our tap off. We're stepping into our light. We're no longer hanging on. We're no longer the admirers latching onto people to have a glimpse of their light, to bathe in this divine light that we projected onto them. So why are we attracted to highly narcissistic people? Maybe it's because we want to be whole ourselves. We want to be powerful. We want to be powerful like we see them as being powerful. That allure that they have initially, the charm, the self-esteem, the confidence. We want this for ourselves. Maybe that's why we're attracted to them, in the hope that we can actually become this. So those are just my thoughts on why we're attracted to narcissists. Let me know what you think. Why do you think people are attracted to highly narcissistic people? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you have your own ideas? I want to hear about it. Leave in comments below. If you're liking the videos, please like and subscribe. If you want to get in contact for work, please visit my website or drop me an email. Details are below. And as always, have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.